All right, KDE Plasma fans, listen up. The next big release is right around the corner, and you're going to want to hear about this. Today, we're diving into KDE Plasma 6.7, and let me tell you, it's finally fixing one of the most annoying, long-standing problems on the entire desktop. You know the drill, right? You're about to jump on a call, you drag that microphone slider, and you just kinda hope for the best. Am I screaming? Is anyone hearing me at all? It has been a total shot in the dark. Until now. Well, get ready to say goodbye to that frustration forever. Plasma 6.7 is fixing this, once and for all. Honestly, this one change is the star of the show, and it is a massive, massive quality of life win for absolutely everyone. Okay, let's get right into it, because this is the one we've all been waiting for. We're talking about a fix for a huge headache for streamers, people working from home, and really anyone who's ever tried to use a microphone on their computer. So let's just paint a picture here. Before, you had absolutely zero live feedback. It was a guessing game. But now, thanks to developer Ramil Normanov, there's a proper microphone playback feature. You speak, and you hear yourself in real time while you're moving the slider. No more guessing. Just confidence that your volume is perfect right away. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We're not talking about some minor little tweak here. This is a fundamental fix that just makes daily life on the computer so much less frustrating. It's the kind of polish users have been asking for a long, long time. All right, so when can you actually get this amazing fix? The full, stable release is scheduled for June 16th, 2026. And for all you brave souls who like to live on the edge, you can jump into the betas in May to try it out early. Go ahead and mark your calendars. But hey, it's not all about that microphone fix. As incredible as it is, Plasma 6.7 is also packed with a ton of other little refinements that just make the whole desktop look and feel that much better. First up is a really nice convenience feature. There's a new toggle coming right to the Plasma panel, so you can switch between your light and dark themes with just a single click. It sounds like a small thing, but trust me, if you're someone who flips themes around a lot, this is a fantastic little time saver. And the little improvements just keep coming. You're going to see these new rounded selection highlights and apps, which just gives everything a sleeker, more modern feel. You can finally install custom sound themes right from a local file. And, oh, this one is for me, there's a new global shortcut to just wipe all your notifications at once. Ah, bless. Okay, so beyond looking good, let's talk about getting things done. How is this update actually going to help you work faster and smarter? You know, this is really all about giving you more control. We're getting a system-wide push-to-talk key, which is a huge win for privacy. For all you tiling window fans out there, there's a new shortcut to instantly untile a window, and KWin is getting smarter. It'll remember your tiling padding settings for each of your different screens. It's all about making the desktop work exactly how you want it to. Now, let's talk about Wayland. We all know it's the future, and the push to make it a perfectly polished experience is moving full steam ahead. Plasma 6.7 has some major upgrades under the hood that you are definitely going to notice. So, you might see this term floating around, fractional scaling V2. It sounds super technical, I know, but let's just ignore the name and talk about what it does for you. The result is simple. Everything is going to look sharper. And you know those annoying, ugly little gaps you sometimes get between your windows? Yeah, those are bowing away. It just looks better. And there's more good stuff in the graphics department. A new standard for blur and background effects means a more consistent, polished look across all your apps. For the gamers and the creators out there, better multi-GPU support for Vulkan means smoother performance. And for anyone who cares about color, 3D LUTs will bring more efficient and accurate color management. So, when you step back and look at all these different pieces, what's the big picture here? What's the story that Plasma 6.7 is telling us? You know, the theme is really clear. This isn't about some flashy redesign nobody asked for. This is a mature, user-focused update. The developers are clearly listening, and they're tackling real, long-standing problems, like that microphone thing, to make your day-to-day life on the desktop smoother and just plain better. And you can really see that philosophy right here. Look at the focus of this release. The biggest piece of the pie by far is dedicated to those quality of life fixes. That's followed by a solid chunk of Wayland polish and all those little UI refinements that add up to a great experience. It's all about making what we have now even better. And that pretty much wraps up our look at KDE Plasma 6.7. Remember, it's landing on June 16th. This is an update that's all about stability, polish, and fixing things that actually matter. So I've got to ask you, After seeing all this, from the game-changing mic fix to all the little tweaks, what's the one feature you're most excited to get your hands on?